not supposed to rain today, and it recently just started raining within the last hour. As soon as I got off work to go outside and start doing stuff up on the mountain, it just started pouring. So I didn't get to do anything. Instead, I packed up my stuff and started headed back to my place. I've got to go home for a couple of days. David's up on the mountain, staying home, working. And there's a few things around my place I've got to get taken care of. Laundry. A lot of laundry. And then my four-wheeler is actually not up to par. We went riding the other day, and I was so excited to pick it up. But when we went riding the other day, I got up to a normal speed, 5th gear, and it was just dying, shutting off. Lights were coming on and it would shut off. So I'd slow all the way down and have to start it again. And then sometimes it would just shut down. And as soon as it slowed down enough, it would click back into gear and I could take off again. So I don't know what is wrong with it, but it's going back to the doctor, the guy that's working on my four-wheeler. He's had it probably since April, and now he's getting it back, and I've only had it back a couple of days. So pretty sad about that. I can't wait to just have it. And so I had to bring home, actually, if you could see it back there, it's back there. And I had to bring home my tiny little trailer that David loves so much, because I can't carry the four-wheeler, so I had to put it on my trailer. So the trailer's going back to my sister's house for a couple of, hopefully, days. Not sure how long it's going to take to get it fixed this time, but I am going to let him know that we are going on rides real soon, even though we may not be. But I want my four-wheeler back, and he's had it for months, and I'm ready for it to be fixed. Paid a good ton of money for it to be fixed, so hopefully that'll get taken care of. And then, so I'm coming back Friday afternoon, so I'll be working from my house on Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday, I think. So I'll work from home tomorrow, and I'm working from home Friday. And when I get off work Friday, I've got to head up to Fayetteville and drop my truck off with my son. My oldest son is working on getting my truck fixed for me, saving me about $6 to $7 grand. And so them cam phasers, don't let them cam phasers go out, because then if you do, then you got to have those fixed, and then you got to get gaskets and all kinds of stuff that goes along with it. I'm not a mechanic. That's the one thing I did not pick up, is learning how to be a mechanic. I didn't like holding my dad's flashlight, so it just never was my thing. I could pretty much do a lot of everything else, but just not mechanically inclined at all. But I'm excited to be going back home for a few days. I'm going to get a bunch of editing done and sit still, as my apartment, again, is very tiny and there's nowhere to go. And it's supposed to rain pretty good for the next couple of days, so I wouldn't even be able to go out to the pool if I wanted to. So I'll be sitting around working a lot, and when I get off work for my normal work, I'll be working the rest of the night. The only thing about working from my apartment is that there's nobody there to tell me to stop working and even eat or walk around or anything. So, I mean, good thing I have my trusty watch that says, hey, you need to move, get up. Everybody should get you a smartwatch. It's pretty handy. But David's not there to say, hey, let's go do this, or hey, let's go do that. Keep me on my toes. So it's going to be a pretty quiet next few days. And that's just not going to be fun for me, because quiet is not what I like. Boring is not what I like. I'm not a big fan of sitting still. Again, my apartment, there's nowhere to go, so I'll just be working the whole time. I am going to work on getting a couple more videos out. Apple crisps. I gotta make those apple crisps. He has been begging me, and we've been working really, really hard late at night. Actually, we didn't even go to bed till probably 1-ish, 12 maybe last night, because since the cabin wall fell, the whole inside of the cabin has not been put back together at all. And so that's what we stayed up and did last night. And it's not even done. We did get the office space back together, and David was wanting to make me, or get me to move my office that he so lovingly created for me in the tiny house. And we're going to move it back over into the cabin because that's where it originally started out. But keeping both places cool during the day it's costing a lot of gas. And so I completely understand moving back over to the cabin so that we only have to do one building at a time. Plus with winter coming, cooler weather coming, which it's pretty cool, 68 degrees right now. But with the cooler weather coming, it's going to be a little bit easier. We can just open doors instead of having to run air conditioner until hopefully it's not going to get too hot again, but it probably will because it's just how Arkansas is. You never know with the weather. And this is, for me, I am not a cold person, so this is the time of year that I will wear shorts and a long sleeve shirt. Because as long as my arms don't get cold, the rest of me is fine. So, I'm heading home, and then when I get back, I've got a 3-day weekend. This 3-day weekend is going to consist of working around Come Mountain, getting a bunch of stuff done up there. So, we've got at least the office back together, and he's got a video coming out of how we maneuvered around it and got 2 desks in there instead of just his big giant desk. And man, if I already don't love that man, I just fell in love with him even more because he likes to rearrange and clean as much as I do, and that makes my heart happy. And he kept apologizing to me last night because he was rearranging and he didn't like it. He'd rearrange again. He'd tell him, I'm really sorry that I can't just figure it. I'm like, no. I'm like, this is perfectly fine. You want to rearrange? It's right up my alley. I understand how it has to be in order in your mind for it to make sense. So I really, really like that he does that. Takes the time, and he's just not, I don't care where it goes. Because he does care. And I really appreciate that about him. It makes me happy. But, so we've got that back together. So he's going to spend the next few days, because it's going to be storming, raining. He'll be spending the next few days in the cabin. He's working, but I can already see his mind is just got ideas of where everything's going to go. And in fact, it's not going to surprise me if the whole thing is rearranged by the time I get back up here and my office isn't even where we originally put it. It would not surprise me one bit if that doesn't get rearranged again too. So I will also be coming back to a surprise. I'm 100% guaranteed that I will not recognize the inside of that cabin because it's going to be completely different. But I'm really glad. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And at this time, I don't have a clue what I'm about to get into. So, until next time, guys, y'all have a good night.